Hi everyone. So with the new year coming up, one of my big things I want to focus on is continuing to pay off my debt. When I was in my addiction, I blew so much money. I didn't pay off my student loans. I now am dealing with all of that. I spent a huge part of my recovery last year snowballing, paying off all those loans, putting into savings. So what snowballing is, I wanted to share, which is such an easy way to tackle your debt, is to take all the different places that you owe money to and put little amounts, whatever you can handle, onto your visas, onto your student loans. I didn't pay off any of my student loans. That's my big one, and I resent myself for it because I had so many opportunities to. So now they're in collections. Yeah, I'm pretty open about my life here. But now I am just putting into a savings account a way to pay off that huge debt. But even if you have debt to pay, it's always important to put a little away in your savings account because we don't want to get ourselves in those situations again. We want to have our fallback. We want to have a savings. So even if you're paying off debt, don't put it all in debt. That's what I used to do. I used to pay off all my visas, all of my money used to go, and then I would leave myself with nothing. So what I do is I do the snowball effect. What needs to be paid off the most, what's causing me the most interest, and I put the most each month onto that. And then I put little bits amounts to everything else that I owe. So I can evaluate every month where my money's going, leaving me enough left over. And budgeting is huge. I've cut out so much of my spending because I assess everything. When I'm in the store, I will literally put things back as I go because I assess things and put them into piles. Is this a need? Is this a want? Do I have it? Am I filling a void? Am I addictive shopping? These are the questions I continuously ask myself. And that's a way I got myself out of debt. That's the way I'm getting myself out of debt. So into the new year, I thought they'd be great tips for people to assess where they need to pay off and do it in small chunks. My biggest advice to everything you do, make it a habit, do it in small chunks, and do it consistently. So that way it just seems so much easier. Bite-sized pizzas. My visas are now paid off. I keep them at a 30/70 rate, and I pay off my visas every single week in small amounts because, fun tip, that says to the system, you are being responsible. And that says to the system, you could be handled with money, or you can handle your money. And that also gives you the idea that you're not just paying off your minimum amount, because your minimum amount is just going to barricade you in interest. So you need to keep consistently paying off. And it could seem big, but I promise you, it gets smaller. I have only got my student loan debts now, and that's a huge thing. And also my mom, I owe her a little bit of money. But it's a lot easier in the snowball effect. So look that up and always assess your spending in needs, wants, priorities, and bills. And make sure you have enough for your bills. That is the big one. Always pay off your bills first. Okay, Larry Gilman here. There's my rant for the day. Have a happy new year, and I hope you can make those financial amends too.